After a slew of public hearings and closed-door negotiations, this week we saw the passage of California's $9.6 billion bipartisan relief package. It includes $600 payments to certain individuals, aid for farm workers, college students, and childcare workers, and a few different forms of broader support for small businesses. The $600 individual payments will go to assist almost 5.7 million Californians. That includes workers who made less than $30,000 last year, undocumented taxpayers who have been ineligible for federal assistance so far, and very low income families, as well as certain elderly, blind, and disabled residents. Of that larger package, a total of $2.6 billion is now available for small business grants, which will range from $5,000 to $25,000. Businesses with an annual gross revenue of $1,000 to $2.5 million can apply for the grants, and priority will be given to businesses owned by women and minorities, businesses in areas with high unemployment rates, and businesses in industries that have been most impacted by the pandemic. Also, approximately $50 million of these grants will be set aside for nonprofits and cultural institutions, so you don't just have to be a strict for-profit business to qualify. The program is going to be administered through the Office of the Small Business Advocate, and you can see a link in the chat that I just posted to their site. This bill was just passed a few days ago, and so we're still waiting for more information, but that website, careliefgrant.com, is where they're going to be posting more information, including applications, timelines, and everything you need to know when you're considering applying. Additional business support in this package includes waiving of, not just deferring, 2 years of fees for state licensed businesses, including barbering and cosmetology licenses and restaurants and bars that are licensed through the state's Department of Alcohol and Beverage Control, or ABC. The package also contains $100 million in emergency financial aid for low-income community college students, $24 million to expand Housing for the Harvest, which is a program that supports agricultural workers who have to quarantine because of COVID-19, but live in congregate living sort of homes and facilities. It also includes $35 million for food banks and critical supplies, and stipends for childcare and preschool providers. We're also looking at a piece of legislation that has not yet passed, but we're hopeful in the next few days it will, and that'll hopefully look like $2.4 billion in tax relief, which would allow business owners who received Paycheck Protection Program loans to deduct some of those expenses on their state income taxes. So stay tuned for an update as soon as today on exactly what that can look like and who will be eligible. A little closer to home, the Chamber is proud to have partnered with the City of SLO to provide a second round of grants to small businesses that have been disproportionately impacted by the pandemic and closures. With this second round of grants, the SLO City Small Business Relief Fund has delivered $841,000 in direct support for businesses. We're optimistic that the City of SLO will continue to support small businesses through a variety of avenues, as the council recently included economic recovery, resiliency, and fiscal sustainability as one of their major city goals for the next 2 years. We're also supporting their prioritization of diversity, equity, and inclusion, housing and homelessness, and climate action, open space, and sustainable transportation as the other 3 major city goals. Each of these 4 areas overlap with one another, and we will continue to advocate that the budget, which we're looking forward to seeing in the next few months, will address the areas of overlap to make the most efficient and economical progress on these really big, important goals. Whether it's at the state or local level, the Chamber is continuing to advocate for our members, and we're so grateful for the many elected representatives and government staff who have committed to supporting small businesses throughout this pandemic. Their openness to ideas that we've brought forward with immense help and input from our committees and board have demonstrated incredible willingness to step up and really show businesses that we are all in this together, and that maybe a little bit sooner than we think, we'll all be on the other side of this challenge. So stay tuned for more information as these things come out. The Chamber will be absolutely sending you updates as we get them, and thank you for your time today.